All right, coming up on the moment of truth here. To see how the river is running. I gave it about a week, I think, because it was still running pretty high. So I'll see what it looks like over here. I don't know. It's hard to tell from this area. Definitely not a lot of stuff exposed. Like there's a point over there, but looks kind of calm. It's not running real hard. We'll have to see. I can't really say right now. I have to see when we get up here to our first spot. We gotta do about 5 to 7 miles up to our first spot on the bike, and then turn around on the way back. There are spots that I would normally stop at, but water being as high as it is, there isn't too many options. So we'll have to see. Alright, so we're at our first spot here. We have a pole, but there's no one manning it. It's an unmanned pole. Oh, there's a guy way down there. Okay, so I guess that's good enough. Might go down into the water down here today. This guy's got his pole blocking the whole thing. He's not even here. Big surprise. So we have to fish around it. Man, I really need polarized lenses. That's one thing. It's really getting me in these spots. I'm looking straight down in that water. Can't cast anywhere because I got this freaking pole with no one attached to it. Ooh, I see minnows in here. That's good. Can't really fish. I'm gonna have to go over the top of this line here. Maybe this guy will notice and come down here and move this out of my way. Water is still high. Not taking my jig like I'd like it to. I was hoping it would take it over the top of this guy's line, but the water's not. It's not taking it. Alright, so we're on the other side of the dam, because that side over there was blocked by somebody's line hanging down. So we're going to try dropping it down. dropping along the edge here where the stream hits the river down here. Gives that jig some nice action. And fish seem to like that. Oh, with that glare. Can't see my jig. Where is it? There it is. And then drop it straight down on this wall here. Can't see at all. This side doesn't really work like the other side, though. It doesn't have as much of a pocket along the wall here, especially when the water's up. I think we're going to go down into the rocks, try it from that angle. This side's definitely less fish than that other side, though. There's always lines out there. And we got the regulars that just like come down there continuously, catch what they can, leave, come back in a little while. All the locals. Seems like I found a little better path over these rocks. So we're going to try and run this edge here again. See, maybe there's just something hanging around by these rocks that hasn't been caught yet. I hope we don't run into another one of those big carp. So what I like to do is see if I can find a good foothold here. Oh, that's not very good. A little wobbly. I like to hang it on the edge here, right where the fast water comes down and hits the stream water. I've had some success. Just letting the jig ride on that the edge of that. I don't know if it's the action that does it or if it's just an area that the fish hang out in. But fish have to be there to start with. I like to throw it up against those rocks, those slabs on the other side, where the water hits it. Got one. It's a white bass. No, it's a sheep head. It's something. Just stay calm for a minute, buddy. A little sheep head, maybe a 12, 14, something like that. Ooh. Not what we're looking for. But that's that edge that I'm talking about, where you ride it like that. No, they hang out just like the bass and stuff. And they eat the jig, so we count it. Now we got a cormorant right in front of us here, fishing. Got some weeds. We'll wait till that bird clears the area, see where he comes up. He stayed down for a long time. He came up all the way on the other side of the whatchamacallit, the gate. It's a two-sided dam, so you get the gate on one side, and then it's wide open on the other side. There is a lot of debris in the water still, though, because of how hard it's crashing. Alright, so we're heading back from our first spot, the big dam, and we're heading for the small dam, the next dam in the line along the river here. I just started up the camera because I saw a deer on the side on my way here eating some leaves, so it was a smaller one too, so there's a good chance that there's more of them hanging around because they like this area. It's kind of secluded and got a lot of cover. Must be some good stuff to eat in here too. I think it was right in this area here. To the left is the road, but to the right there's a bit of woods that leads to the river there. But that guy probably got spooked a few times from people. But sometimes they'll pop back out because they're somewhat people friendly. He's probably hiding in those woods somewhere. Don't see him. All right. So here we are at our spot. I wish they'd cut this fallen tree out of here. There's a brand new water bottle. And if you're really desperate, I heard voices already, so there can be people here. Just a matter of where they are and if they're in the way. Got some thorns right here. I hear voices down to the left, like they're kids playing on the path down there. There is a path. Something big just moved in those bushes there. So here's the Bridge of Death. Okay. So those kids are either with fishermen that are fishing, or maybe, hopefully, they're by themselves. Because there are houses right there, so now you see how this water is. It's fishable. Whoa. That is rough. Nobody out there in the water today. You see, we got no shoreline here to work with. I'd have to walk out. I mean, it's possible, but I couldn't get very far. That's the problem. I could probably get out there up to my knees. I guess all we can do is try. Let's see what we're dealing with here. See how deep I get into that water once I start going here. If I can get close enough to where I can flip it in that white water. Yeah, this is looking pretty deep here. But I was going to get wet anyway on the other side, for sure. So, and the water is a little higher to my left here. Nah, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. The water is a little higher right here. But we can really just can't get close enough to be able to flip it in that water out there we want to be in. can try it a little bit along the edge here. See if anything's riding this edge. There is debris, but the water is the right temperature, so it's just a matter of the fish are brave enough to come up in here yet. I'm just gonna try and see. I can't really get any further than that, or I'll be up to my waist. I'm just gonna try and drift it out there. But the water is really too hard for fish to be coming up in here. I'm gonna try to work the edge here. Let this thing ride that edge there. See if something will pop out. We'll grab it. Got a little tiny guy. So they're up here. Fell off. That little guy was in this stuff, so the problem is getting to him. You know, if I really wanted to go deep, go over my knees here, we had another bite. I think I'm just like banging into fish over there. Let's try to loop one into that white water out there. You just don't have a lot of time because the water takes it down so fast. So we'll just take some shots up into the white water, let it bounce around and come down, see if there's anything aggressive enough in there. That was a rock. It's just moving too fast though for anything to really be in here, I think. But you never know. They got to be able to see it and catch it too before it flies by. got into that slower area. Yeah, I like lifting up my rod really high when I throw further out like that to try and keep the line out of the water so it doesn't get pulled down as fast. I may have had something grab it right there, way down there. Kind of a little thump. Alright, so we're going to try this other side. We can walk much further into this water without getting too deep in it. Can you see we got the same thing? We got the edge here. And let's see how close we can get to that white water out there. And there's some logs and debris and stuff floating around here, but I get snagged up right away. I know that there's some rocks. There's a rock line right there. We can try the same thing we were doing the other side, with flipping it on the edge here where the water cycles back in. And the fish seem to like that action. If they're there. Just try and let it ride on that edge. There is some snags and some rocks, some boulders and stuff in here, so I gotta be careful, but a fish like that, so it's kind of where you want to be. Same thing up here. This big branch. You definitely don't want to get caught on that branch. But where this water cycles back around into the below the dam there, you just hit that log. So let's see how far I can actually go here. I've already been over my knees, so I'm already wet, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Try to throw it in that slower area. You'll see it's staying in there nicely for a few seconds before it gets pushed down. Fish just have to be there. That's the one variable that we don't know. I don't like all this debris here in the water. Fish probably don't like that. I think I was snagged on a little fish there, a shad or something maybe. Bounced me around a little bit. And the water feels cool to the touch, but it should be plenty warm. Just kind of find the right angle. Fish might be hanging out. There's my line. Oh, it flew down there pretty quick. Alright, so we moved down a bit from the dam here because the dam just doesn't seem to be anything up there right now. But there's like a drop off that goes down through this way, and with the island and all those slow areas over there, this is sometimes a good area back in here, but sometimes you have to cast it like way out to the close to the island, which is a pretty difficult. But sometimes you'll catch the fish running right up the middle here when they're not high up at the dam. They'll just kind of stage a little further back. Maybe because the minnows are not up there in force, so they're not chasing minnows all the way up there. Plus the water is really cruising right now, so it'd be nice if you get on that island because there's a lot of slow areas around that island. You can get to when it's lower, but not right now. But if I throw out further out here, well, with the water really cruising hard the way it is, it's just not the best conditions out here. So I think we're gonna wrap it up back here. This nice little scenic view back here. It looked like there were some dark clouds kind of rolling in, but they're not that dark, so just no telling how far up these fish have come yet. You just kind of wait it out for the fish to start coming up here in full force. I've done pretty much all I can do today. Water just needs to calm down. Just needs to calm down a bit and kind of smooth out a little bit and stabilize. So it's just kind of a wait and see type thing. I don't know if it's coming down, or I don't know if it's even crested yet. So we'll have to come back at it maybe in about another week or so, because the water will go down fast. Once it crests and it starts coming down, and there's no water coming up from the north, then it will go down pretty quick. So you got to make sure you catch it as soon as it comes down to a nice level. You can hit these spots and get more fish.